Welcome back. You're still watching Technoholik. Now, if you're a photographer, then you must have definitely heard of the Lumix GF1. We showed you the camera at the start of the year, completely loved it, and 6 months after that, Panasonic came up with the Lumix GF2, but didn't like that camera very much. So this time, Panasonic sent us another improved Lumix camera from their Micro Four Thirds technology range, and this one is called the GF3. But this time around, we got a professional to review the camera for us, and he gets us the complete lowdown.
Meet our reviewer, Anshul Dabral. He's a professional 3D graphic designer and has done 3D animation for clients like JPSI for their recent Budh International Circuit. He's also a bit of a shutterbug and loves photography. So we gave him the new Panasonic Lumix GF3 for the review, and till the time he figures this tiny little camera, let's take a look at the specs of the Panasonic Lumix GF3. Panasonic has come up with its third generation Micro Four Thirds technology camera recently, and this one is called the Panasonic Lumix GF3. GF3 is the smallest, lightest Micro Four Thirds camera that the company has introduced to date. It comes with a set of 14mm pancake and 14-42mm zoom lenses. The GF3 has live MOS sensor with an effective pixel count of 12.1 million and an ISO range of 160 to 6400. Panasonic GF3 uses a contrast detection autofocus system and has a collection of 17 scene-specific shooting modes. It also comes with an easy intelligent autofocus plus mode for clicking pictures. At the back, it has a touchscreen LCD display and lacks a viewfinder. The GF3 is also capable of doing 1080i video recording. Panasonic Lumix GF3 is supposed to launch in India in summer of 2012, and right now in international market it's priced at $700.
I've been using Panasonic GF3 for quite some time, and I feel that it's got a far better image quality than our point and shoot camera. It's got an option for interchangeability of lens, which is a great option for a guy like me who's a graphic artist. We generally use such cameras for shooting textures, and Panasonic gives me pretty sharp textures, and we also use it for normal HDRI photograph, so that's also a very good option for me. What I don't like about this camera is that they have removed the hot shoe. The pop and flash lacks a bit of punch, and they have also removed the viewfinder, so a pro experience is missing here. And at the same time, what I think is that Panasonic should try to introduce more lenses to this range. Coming on the final verdict, I must say that Panasonic has launched this camera for around $700 in the international market, which I feel is a bit too high. This is a pretty decent camera, and if they review their pricing policy, it's a steal deal.
If you're a fan of photography, which means that you're a fan of everything beautiful. And to Sagar, beauty comes in the form of a speeding car on the track. And that's why this week he's reviewing the latest installment in the Need for Speed series for us.
Hello Gamerholics. Now if I were to ask you to pick one gaming franchise which supersedes all the other racing games out there, well, it has to be Need for Speed. Well, they have delivered the goods over the years and again. So much so that even non-gamers know about this game and refer to all racing games as Need for Speed. So well, the same guys are out with their latest game, and it's called Need for Speed Run. Now this game promises to deliver a thrilling journey across America, all the way from San Fran till New York. And well, while doing that, it's supposed to thrill you like a film. Well, does it? Let's find out. This game is not a free roaming game like other games. So well, most of the free roaming fans are going to be slightly disappointed, but I'm sure that those who like linear games will love this game. So basically you start at point A and you have to end at point B, and that's all what this game is all about. In terms of the plot line, well, it's very simple. You are an arrogant racer who gets involved with a lot of mob betting, and well, they are after your life.
He's out of the car, grab it! That's the guy, get him!
And to get yourself off the hook, you have to go and win one of the biggest runs, which has got close to $25 million on the line. Well, while doing this, you explore a lot of cars, you explore a lot of muscle cars, classic cars, exotic cars. So that is all there. Now the best part about this game, which is what I like, is that it does driving really well. You don't have to be an expert driver to drive this game. All you need to know is the acceleration button and the brake button and you're good to go, and using a bit of NOS is good enough. Well, the best part is that it explores America really well. Basically, the landscape in city, on the countryside is done really well, and your corners and straight line speed is depicted very well in this game. For that, I give this game a complete thumbs up. That is very good. The other part about this game is the actual story mode where, well, most of the times you're going to be racing, but sometimes you have to play little mini games with your lead character, which do end up being a lot of fun and, well, add that little mix which all the other racing games do not offer. The character acting is not up to the mark, but, well, we can live with it since this is a racing game. Coming to the challenges that this game throws, well, you've got basic challenges like a normal race where you have to beat a certain number of opponents to finish the challenge and travel from point A to point B, where the landscapes are thrilling. The other game is obviously Time Trap, where you have to complete a certain section in a given time, which is what I'm trying to do, but, well, miserably failing at it. And then there's the third part where you have to evade cops and mob bosses. Now this is something which is a departure, because this is not a standard hot pursuit chase. Well, there are people firing at you, and this is where the Hollywood element comes into play. Well, basically a lot of guys are firing at you and you have to escape their fire through the track. And, well, it's not about getting the best time out of your car, but it's more about just evading all that firepower which is coming at your way. So, well, that is something which is not up to the mark. Coming to the online mode, well, the online mode racing is really good, and it has got a bunch of playlists which you can go and compete with. So that is a very good touch. Coming back to the single player mode, well, now let's talk about things which did not work for me. Well, the game does take a lot of time to load and move from one part of the game to the other. So that takes a lot of time, but once you're there inside the race, it's pretty enjoyable. But then that gets spoiled again, because if you wreck your car, then you have to start all over, and something like this comes up, which is resetting to the last checkpoint, which is not a lot of fun, because most of the games which we play, if you crash, you suddenly come on the track again. But not in this game, because, well, this makes you restart from a checkpoint which is earlier, and that does disrupt pace in your standard racing. So that is something which I did not like about this game. On the other hand, the number of cars and the number of manufacturers which are on this game are excellent. So coming to my final verdict, is this game worth all the hype? Well, the answer to it is very simple. Well, if you're a Need for Speed fan and you have to go and buy every title which they come out with it, well, I'm not going to be stopping you. But, well, this is not the best Need for Speed title that has come out. Well, it's not as good as Hot Pursuit. It's not as good as Undercover. Well, this is an attempt in the right direction, which is to make a game which is linear and easy to understand. But, well, the action sometimes is just too slow for me. So, well, my answer is I wouldn't pick it up, but if you're a Need for Speed fan, go and get it.
So even if you're a fan, think before you decide to shell $2,500 for this game. And with that, it's time to take another short break on the show. But coming up on the other side, cricket legend Steve Waugh is right here on Technoholik.